So are you going to do the garlic? No, in the mushrooms. Okay. Are you starting?
Yep.
This is our smiley live face.
Hi, welcome to the kitchen. I'm Brioni.
And I'm Tracy, and today we're going to show you how to make a beautiful mushroom, spinach and cheese pie. But first of all, as per usual, if you're watching us live on Facebook, just pop your comments. If you've got any questions, ask us. The cameraman can ask us during the broadcast. You can get your questions answered immediately. Thumbs up, like us, wave. We've had lots of waves recently.
Yeah.
It's really nice. So it's lovely to know that everyone is watching, and thank you very much for tuning in to our live midweek cooking idea, midweek meal. So midweek meal this week, Bryony, we've got this beautiful pie that we're going to show people how to make. This is so simple, isn't it?
That's right.
You're starting off.
I've already cooked off the onions, just so you didn't have to watch onions cook. And we got a little bit of colour. I've just added some seasoning to it. Always like to season at all stages, so everything's getting some flavour into it whilst it cooks. So you can see some lovely colour on that onion. And I'm going to take that off into my little dish over here, and then get some more heat in, and we're going to cook some mushrooms. So what have we got there?
I've got some mushrooms, and I've got time.
You've got time, good, to cut mushrooms.
Yeah, I've got time to cut mushrooms.
All right. And mushrooms, we were just discussing this before, oil or butter, which I've got both here, but I love butter with mushrooms because of, you know, it's going to absorb all that beautiful.
Sister.
Yeah, so let's just get some butter in there.
Oh my Lord, yeah.
Well, I'm going to do the spinach in that afterwards, so it's all going to go in.
Okay.
I've got some heat on there, but we've got all those beautiful Swiss browns.
And I'm going to put in some thyme from my garden. Mushrooms and thyme are really good mates, aren't they? That looks so beautiful. Should have taken a photograph of that. Absolutely gorgeous.
So I'm going to start to soften those down, and we'll season those as well with some salt and pepper.
Now you can see that they're brown as well. As Bri said, they're called Swiss brown mushrooms, so they've got a lot more flavour than those little button mushrooms. And even, I think, perhaps even if people aren't too keen on mushrooms, this is actually quite a nice pie because you've got the crunch of the puff pastry. So we're using creme puff pastry, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute once these are up and sort of frying. But I just think it's such a lovely combo. So Claire and William would actually put this up on their creme like social media recently, and I spotted it, and I said to Claire, I'm definitely cooking that one.
Yeah, so we've done a few little tweaks.
Yeah, because we're going to put a little bit of chili in there, aren't we?
Chili flakes,
I thought it's actually quite nice to put some chili in there.
Yeah, and I can already smell mushrooms in butter. Awesome.
And you've got some garlic here as well.
And I've got some garlic too, but I'm going to put some salt and pepper on there, so a good pinch of our Murray River pink salt. And
I'll put the rest of my time aside.
A little pinch of pepper. I have to go easy on it because Tracy says I use too much black pepper sometimes.
She's a pepper girl.
I am.
Yeah. Mind you, pepper and mushrooms, you know, that's good. Like earthy and punchy and just a bit like Bri.
Punchy?
Earthy.
Oh.
She's such an earthy girl.
Am I? Yeah.
She's
lovely. I did gardening yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
So
what have you got there? Cheese.
Okay, so I'm cutting up some cheese. Now, in Claire and William's recipe, they're using a type of mozzarella. I'm just using mozzarella. And I also thought it'd be quite nice to put some feta in it. So, look, you can just make this pie basically with any cheese you want, I think.
Yeah, well, we were thinking about doing it with blue cheese, but
I think that would be lovely.
Yeah, in Tracy's family, but,
girl.
you know, my family with kids, I don't think that would be a goer, but it's just goes to show what sort of cheese that you can use whatever you like.
Actually, Emma would love this because it's all vegetarian. But yeah, I would definitely be putting some blue Castello cheese in here at the end, which would be really nice if you like blue cheese. If you don't like blue cheese, it would be completely disgusting. So don't put it in. So I like the way that you're getting some colour on these tomatoes.
Yeah, so I've had it on a high heat on the mushrooms, and all that butter's pretty much gone now because it's all in the mushrooms.
Because it's so good for you.
Yeah, it's good fat.
Okay, so I've got my cheese done. I'm going to sprinkle over a little bit of chilli.
I did that already while you were doing that.
I must have blinked, mustn't I?
Yeah.
So just be careful of the chilli because you can go overboard with it, especially if it's dried chilli, because as it reconstitutes, it'll sort of get hotter and hotter. So you're going to put that spinach in there. I'm going to get the...
Might need to put a lid on it. to wilt it down.
Yeah.
And I've got the garlic, so I'm going to pop that in now. Ugh, mussels. Oh, there we go.
Oh, maybe if I turn on the oven, that would be good.
Preheat your oven. It's always a good sign. Oh, yum. Mushrooms is my favourite thing. Should I take these out and put the spinach in?
Oh,
Because they're pretty much done. I'm just
they are
worried,
done, aren't they?
worried about the space in the pan.
Yeah, we don't want you to be worried.
It was a great pan. No, great
not
pan
worth getting worried
that we've
over
got
that,
this
is it?
Solid Techniques.
We
pan.
are loving
I'm
these
just going to
pans,
put a little
let
bit of oil
us
in
tell
there because
you.
I used up all the butter.
Cast iron pans, so we've done away with our
Non-stick
non-stick pans, which have been driving
not
us
really
mad.
non-stick anymore.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Carême puff pastry. This is made in the Barossa Valley by hand by a lovely couple, Claire and William Wood. William is a chef, and he has worked tirelessly to bring an amazing range of pastry into Australian stalls. They also do like big catering packs as well for restaurants and things like that, and really it is fantastic. So we've been sort of friends with Claire and William almost from the outset, I think, when we first started doing food tours, and been through you know, like watching them grow as well, which has been absolutely fantastic. One of the things that I love about this, you've got this beautiful puff pastry. If you just pop that in the oven, it will puff up to about that big. It's amazing. It's so different from like a supermarket brand. So it's buttery, it's beautiful, it's just like you've made it yourself. So you'll find it in the freezer section in IGAs. You won't find it in bigger supermarkets, but in smaller supermarkets you'll definitely find it, and in good food stores as well. So it is rather lovely. They've got a fab website with loads of recipes on as well. So the simplicity of this recipe is that you take the puff pastry and you cut it in half. You then get yourself a tray.
Which we haven't got a tray.
Here, I'll get a tray. It might be a bit
You
loud.
need a tray.
I'll try and do it a bit quietly. There, that's the quietest tray I've ever got out of the cupboard. And
some
I'll
paper.
also get some paper, because it just makes it cleaning the tray a bit easier, doesn't it? I'll just go over here. I should have gone downstairs to get
it's
that.
more of a slice,
Shouldn't I?
really, isn't it, than a pie?
I should have gone downstairs to get
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So I'm going to pop this like that. So look, you can make this pie with supermarket pastry, but it's not going to puff as well. It's not going to give you that beautiful puff that this does. So keep it nice and cool. We don't want to have it warm at all. So I'm going to pop this in the fridge, because if Claire and William get to see this, we're going to be putting a hot mixture onto their cold pastry.
Which is why I'm trying to spread it out on the tray a bit
Slightly
as
shock
well.
horror.
I've sort of done put this onto some paper towels to soak up any moisture, but I've also am trying to spread it out on the
there so everyone can see it.
tray to cool it, because in an ideal world you'd make this up and have it cooled in the fridge before putting it in the pastry, wouldn't you?
Certainly would. Now we've just whisked up an egg here, and you may be gasping at the colour of this.
Look at that! I was. It's like,
Incredible.
look at that colour.
So we've got, from now on, we're collaborating with Charcoal Springs pastured eggs. Charlie and Colleen Roberts down in Manjimup in Southern Forest region, and we're using their pastured eggs in our classes. We feel extremely lucky to actually have these eggs. Look at the colour of that. It's wild. And the flavour and the texture of the eggs are absolutely phenomenal. So we're very, very excited for that. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of egg on the pastry there. Just move that aside, because I'll get my tray back out again. You're ready.
Chilling.
Okay.
Trying to
I'm
cool.
wondering whether we should actually mix it up all together back in the pan, or...
Oh, okay, I did it on the tray with the cheese before.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, you do that, Bryce.
Okay.
Because, magically, just like Blue Peter, for any poms out there... Yeah, you don't know who Blue Peter is. It's not a person, it's a children's program.
about?
They used to do cooking on a children's program called Blue Peter in England, and it was on a Thursday.
Right.
I think at 5 o'clock or something like that. And they always used to John Noakes, I think it was, always used to get out his thing going, here's one I prepared earlier when they were doing cooking, so they were in a studio. Once they had an elephant in the studio as well. As a child, that was just incredible growing up in England. But I remember, quick story, I remember going on the school bus and putting my fingers up to my sister like that when I was probably about, I don't know, 11 or something like that, and going like that out of the school bus window to my sister, and my mum saw. And I wasn't allowed to watch Blue Peter for about 4 weeks. I was devastated.
Oh my God.
Devastated. So I've never ever done that again. Put the 2 fingers up like I just did. So here's one Bri prepared. Oh my gosh, that smell. Bri prepared earlier. Absolutely beautiful. I love it because it's super rustic looking. All the cheese is smudged out, because that's a technical term when you're talking about puff pastry. Smudging out the cheese.
That's right.
And I do like the mixture between the salty feta and the
Did you want to test the
cheese
seasoning?
Okay.
Excellent. We've got feta. That's a bit salty as well.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go round here like that, and I'm going to get my chopping board out, or my serving board, I should say. Really, shouldn't I? How easy is this going to be able to get off the paper, do we think?
That's right. So now I need to wash my hands.
You wash your hands. I'll get about 10 fish slices.
We're all off doing something.
There's no one there. Here we are, back again. And I'm just only because the cheese has gone. Oh, here we go. So onto the tray. Goodbye. That was good.
All right. So we're going to put this together. It's like before and after
now,
here.
at home, make sure this is chilled.
Yeah,
because as soon as you put it onto the cold pastry, it's going to melt the butter. It's going to be really quick.
Really quick. Trying to do it so they can see.
But I think it's a great idea, just 2 slices of pastry, and you've got, look at the puff on this pastry all the way around. Beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. So you've got this a fantastic puff on this pastry, so I can't wait to cut it and actually taste it. And then we do something very elegant like this.
Spread it
Get
out.
our fingers in there, and we spread it out.
So you want it to be nice, even
I've
thickness.
got dirty hands now.
Now I've got clean hands.
You've got, oh good.
So I'll do this
you
one.
had dirty hands as well.
I've washed mine.
Okay.
So clean hands on the pastry.
Make sure that it's a bit like making a sandwich. You want it nice and sort of flat all the way across like that.
Okay.
And on goes the top.
With
and
our
into,
egg washed into
the hot oven.
Our 180-degree oven.
I think we've got it a bit higher than that.
200-degree oven.
Give it the that sort of big puff to start it off with, and then we'll turn it down because it does need cooking right through. But we're going to cut this one. Should we cut it?
Yeah, please.
I think we should cut it. I'm going to cut this one and listen.
Oh, crunch. Awesome.
Oh, it's delicious. Now, this is cooled down a little bit, this one, but so that we can eat it. Oh, okay. Completely so that we can eat it. But if you cut it open when it's wet, when it's hot, all the cheese sort of oozes out of it, doesn't it? It's absolutely delicious.
But it's when it cools down a bit, it sort of sets a bit, so it's a bit more like a slice. This would be great for lunches too, wouldn't it?
It would be absolutely brilliant for lunches. I totally love this flavour together. And yeah, as you said, the pastry will sort of set a little bit more because the butter will obviously, it's cooked through it.
It'd be easier to cut like without it steaming.
Yes.
As well.
Oh, totally. Absolutely. I've just completely wrecked the whole look of that, haven't I?
Oh,
but
it still
I think
looks
maybe,
good to me.
yeah. If you taste, then I can.
You talk.
Otherwise, we're not going to be able to talk with our mouths full because that's totally rude. The recipe will be up on the website. I do have to finish that off, so the recipe will be up on the website very shortly. And enjoy this. I think you could do lots of things with this.
Yeah, I was
Mediterranean vegetables.
Variation. Yeah, like ratatouille.
Oh,
my
great
God.
minds think alike.
Oh dear.
But thank you so much for watching, and we would love to hear any comments or likes, shares. We've got, oh no, they can share, can't they? We've had a lovely couple of pictures sent to us of people doing
from last week's dish, the peanut chicken.
Peanut chicken, which is really great. And next week
we've got a absolutely beautiful spring vegetable pasta.
Oh yeah, yummy. Yummy, absolutely
With
primavera.
all the beautiful produce that's coming into the shop
Spring,
now.
yeah, asparagus and things like that. So really, really lovely.
So
So
tune in
thanks for
for that.
watching. Post any questions, comments beneath, and we will certainly get
Or
back
show us
to
your
you.
pie.